So I'm about to repot my Hoya Krimson Princess, and I am very nervous. So everything that I've read about Hoyas, pretty much just in general, says that they're kind of a finicky plant. I mean, some people do better with them than others. Some people I've seen and read that they can't make a Hoya happy to save their life. They can be a really easy house plant to take care of, but you overwater them once and they're done. They're over it. So this is my first official Hoya, and she's still in the planter, the hanging basket that I got her in. Because I have been so nervous to repot her that I'm gonna make her angry and she's just going to shrivel up and die. So I kind of left her, even though I'm one that doesn't really like to keep my plants in the original pots, because I do get a lot of my plants from big box stores, so you never know what's in the soil, what kind of soil they're in, you know, what's going on. Especially with her, she is so compact and so full that you really can't get a good look at the soil. So we can only guess what the soil looks like in there and what's actually going on. So if you get your plants from like a local nursery or greenhouse where there's more of a specialized care taken with each plant variety, I wouldn't be as concerned about repotting when I brought my plants home. I guess I kind of assume people that are growing them understand the soil type that each plant needs and their watering needs. And don't get me wrong, I love Lowe's, but they also, when they water, it's just kind of a mass watering for all. Even plants that really don't like to be watered a whole heck of a lot get regular waterings. And given the fact that there has been a spider mite outbreak in my house, I want to make sure that there's nothing shady going on in the shade of his leaves. If you didn't see the video on the spider mite outbreak on my ivy plant, I'll put the link to it above here. So yeah, it's just a icky rainy day out, and I finally got up the courage to repot him, because yeah, I'm worried that there might be something going on down below. But the soil is not looking all that great. When I first looked at the soil, I thought there might honestly be some sphagnum moss in there because of how the soil looked, but there isn't. It's just got a white powdery coating across the top of the soil, and I'm worried that, you know, it's a powdery mildew of some sort. So I'm just gonna go through and gently squeeze this pot to try to break up that soil a little bit in there. And then I'm just going to try and carefully wriggle him out. So he's got some decent roots on him. I mean, we can see some roots in there, so that's not bad. So that white powdery stuff I was saying does go down further into the soil, so I'm almost wondering and hoping that it might just be mineral deposits from hard water. And I thought I just saw something move. Yep, I did. So it looks like there's some fungus gnats crawling up out of the soil. So once I get him repotted in clean soil, I will treat with mosquito bits to try and kill any fungus gnats that we might have going on down here. Knocked off a bit of the soil to where I can see the leaves on the inner side of the plant. Otherwise, I think we're in good shape. I'm not seeing any spider mite activity as of right now. So that is good. It's really good. But I still am going to treat her with that rosemary water that I've been spraying on all my house plants, just kind of as a deterrent for the spider mites, just to be on the safe side. And then since she really wasn't ready to be potted, I got a pot that's the same size as the hanging basket that she was in. Hoyas really don't like to be repotted, and you really shouldn't need to repot them that often. They like to be a little root bound. So hopefully she'll be happy with her new home. All right, so now that she's in here, we're gonna go through, just kind of straighten up any stems that might have gotten tucked down into the side of the pot here, because we don't want to repot it with a stem growing down into the pot. So this is what I'll be using for my Hoya soil. I'm just using the black gold all-purpose potting mix, some orchid bark and perlite to help improve drainage, and some earthworm castings to help with a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of nutrients in there. So Hoyas are epiphytic, which means that they're used to growing up the sides of trees and in the crooks of tree branches and around the ground. So the soil that I'm using is going to be more of a well-draining soil. So now that we've got her replanted, I'm going to give her just a little bit of water just to kind of settle any soil that's around her roots and try to get out any air bubbles. We're not going to give her a lot of water because I'm already worried about her being angry about being repotted. So we're going to go easy on the water because Hoyas really aren't a huge fan of overwatering. She's all potted up in our new home, and hopefully she understands that I was only doing what I thought was best for her and that she doesn't die. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you're hitting the little bell icon to the right of the subscribe button to turn on your notifications so you get a notification anytime that I upload a new video. So leave any comments down below that you guys have. I love interacting with you guys and I love responding to your comments. So check me out on Instagram, Facebook, watch my other YouTube videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. So Hank's just hanging out here with me. He's mad at me because I washed his dog bed and it's still a little damp, so I don't want to put it back down on the floor for him, so he's throwing a hissy fit and just laying on the floor and ignoring me. A little spillage on this side. Clean up in aisle 3.